Good evening, I'm Mark Mcquillan. As you may have been hearing, fares have now increased across all Transport for London services. Ticket prices on buses, tubes, rail and trams have risen by an average of 5.9%, meaning it's the biggest increase our city has seen in more than a decade. People travelling in the capital today said they were already feeling the cost of living pinch and expressed their disappointment about the sharp rise in fares.
I think it's expensive, diabolical, to be honest with you. The cost of living prices extortionate right now.
Not hopeful for people. It's not, people have gone through so much in the world already, and I think people just need that hope and need help, and it's not correct. I don't think it's right.
It's really a difficult situation we're in now, so I just don't think it's very fair.
A memorial service to mark the 80th anniversary of the Bethnal Green tube station disaster has taken place this afternoon. The memorial remembered the 173 people who were crushed to death while rushing downstairs into the London Underground station during an air raid alert in World War II. Around 1,000 people have gathered at Marble Arch to take part in the Women's Freedom Ride. Cyclists have been riding through central London to highlight the gender gap in cycling in the capital. Currently, less than a third of London's cyclists are women. Our reporter Mahathir Pasha has been at the event to find out what changes campaigners want to see.
I want to let the wind play with my hair as I'm cycling. I want to be free.
Freedom is what they're calling for. Freedom to cycle on London's streets. Hundreds of cyclists gathered in Marble Arch to join a protest ride, calling on the mayor to make cycling safer for women in the capital. Organisers say there are still too many barriers preventing more women from cycling.
So we want proper cycle infrastructure where any woman with a child or two feels safe to cycle. That's our first ask. The second one is we want social safety. We want women to be able to report abusive behaviour from drivers. And our third ask is we want local neighbourhoods to be safe.
This was no doubt a show of strength from so many women ahead of International Women's Day. But concerns around safety and accessibility are rife.
There are moments where, it's just dark streets or, just not clear paths and stuff, and you just don't really know what to expect.
I think often cycling tends to be a bit of a men's sport, and it can be really off-putting for a lot of women.
In a statement, the Mayor of London said, "I'm delighted that we've built hundreds of kilometres of new or upgraded cycle routes since the pandemic and completed work to make some of the capital's most dangerous and intimidating junctions safer." TfL's first ever walking and cycling commissioner joined the ride.
The campaign group here want to see an equal amount of women and men using London streets for cycling by 2030. Is that something you guys can commit to?
I totally agree with this. We need more women, more people of all backgrounds enjoying the benefits of cycling.
But will you commit to that figure?
We have already committed to saying that we want more people cycling. We need to see that as part of the Mayor's transport strategy that includes women and men and people from all walks of life using their bikes more.
This cycle journey may have been completed pretty quickly, but the journey towards ensuring gender parity for cycling across London is far from over. Mahathir Pasha, ITV News.
Time now for a look at London sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
Arsenal are the Women's League Cup winners after beating London rivals Chelsea in the final at Selhurst Park this afternoon. Arsenal conceded early but responded brilliantly, scoring 3 goals of their own before half-time, and 3-1 was how it finished as Arsenal won their first trophy in 4 years. Meanwhile, in the Women's Super League, there were defeats for Tottenham and West Ham, who lost to Manchester City and Reading, respectively. Let's get a check on the weather prospects now with Aisling Creevey.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there and a very good evening to everyone at home. Well, it's been another fairly cloudy picture out there, chilly under the cloud. Through tomorrow we've got this weather front that's going to sweep through, bringing a few showers around. Once that clears away, it really opens the door to a much colder northerly airflow. Those isobars tracing all the way back to the Arctic, and that's going to flood right the way across the UK. So a chilly day on Tuesday, Wednesday and on Thursday as well. As we head through the rest of this evening, some showers around, but through tonight we will start to see some gaps in the clouds, so it's going to turn quite cold under those clearing skies. Temperatures dropping back to around 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, certainly a touch of frost for many of us, and a few showers to start off with as well. Now, we may have a little bit of mist and fog around too, but that's going to clear fairly quickly. And we will see more in the way of sunshine through tomorrow. We've not had very much recently, but those showers starting to push in from the middle of the morning onwards, certainly 1 or 2 on the heavy side, but temperatures not faring too bad for the time of year. Highs of around 10 degrees Celsius. But it's from Monday night into Tuesday that we really start to see a change in the weather out there. Temperatures dropping right back by Tuesday. So on Tuesday, temperatures just about getting up to 6 degrees Celsius, and overnight it is going to turn very cold. Widely temperatures dropping to around -3 degrees Celsius, and that means that we could see some icy stretches out there on any damp, untreated surfaces. Now, although it's going to be cold on Wednesday, it looks like it's largely dry with some sunshine around, but again, the risk of ice on any damp, untreated surfaces. And by Thursday, there is the risk that we could see a little bit of sleet or possibly temporarily some snow before turning milder by the weekend. Bye-bye.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
That's all from me and the London team. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.